Hey guys, what's up, it's Zyflin here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the character known as Jett from Riot Games' new first-person shooter called Valorant. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the video, I want to briefly talk about how you can get access to the Valorant closed beta. The closed beta starts on Tuesday, April 7th at 1 PM BST. Those of you who have already got access to the closed beta from streamers who are streaming their footage on April 2nd, you're going to be able to play on April 7th. If you don't have a key, you can watch anyone streaming the game on Twitch while having your Riot Games account connected to your Twitch account to have a chance at getting access to the closed beta come April 7th. I myself got access to the closed beta, so come April 7th, as soon as the closed beta drops, I'm going to be streaming the game pretty much non-stop over at twitch.tv/iflin, so you're going to be able to watch me to get access to the closed beta. I also want to give a quick shout out to another YouTuber called Ethan Bernard, as all of the footage that you're going to see in today's video was provided by him. I'm going to link his channel in the description below so you guys can go and check him out. But with all that being said, let's start talking about Jett. Jett is the character that everyone on Twitter says that they're going to main, but they're probably gonna suck at playing her. From what we've seen so far, she seems to be the most agile character out of the bunch with a very high skill ceiling, meaning she's gonna be hard to master. 2 out of her 4 abilities are based around movement. Her signature ability, which is the one that you get at the start of every round without having to purchase it, is called Tailwind. This ability allows you to instantly dash a short distance in the direction that you're moving. If you're standing still when you activate it, you're just gonna dash forward. At first glance, it would seem like you can just dash into a room and spray someone down, but that's actually not the case. After you use Tailwind, there is about a second delay between the end of the animation and your gun being ready to shoot again. So it's not like this ability is going to be super annoying where you're constantly going up against Jett players who are dashing in your face and then just spraying you down every single match. I think that this ability is going to be best used in conjunction with her other abilities, or when you want to try and avoid being shot. So let's say whenever you're peeking a corner with a sniper or something along those lines. You could still probably use this ability to catch your opponent off guard whenever you master the timing of it, but as long as you're not like using it recklessly and dashing into your opponent, you probably will be fine. Jett's next ability is called Cloudburst. This is a smoke grenade, but Ethan says that he thinks it's one of the weakest smoke grenades in the game due to its short duration. The description for the ability reads, instantly throw a projectile that explodes into a brief vision blocking cloud on impact with a surface. Hold the ability key to curve the smoke in the direction of your crosshair. Most gameplay that I've seen of Jett so far, barely anyone has held down the ability long enough to make use of the curving mechanic. However, because of the curve mechanic's existence, I can totally see some crazy smoke positions being developed to help with sight techs similar to CSGO's smokes, for example. Because Cloudburst isn't a signature ability, you have to purchase it at the start of the round. You can carry 2 Cloudbursts at once and it costs $200 to buy. Jett's next ability is called Updraft. Updraft is literally an ability that lets you super jump. That's it. It costs $200 to buy and you can have 2 of them at one time. You can use it to get into better positions or to dodge enemy fire. Thing is though, you can't use this ability and shoot at the same time because as you're moving in this game, you become less accurate. And that takes us on to Jett's ultimate ability called Bladestorm. The description for Bladestorm reads, equip a set of highly accurate throwing knives that recharge upon killing an opponent. Left click to throw a single knife and press right click to throw all remaining knives. This ability is a high skill ceiling ability. From the gameplay that I've seen so far, Bladestorm requires you to be pinpoint accurate to land kills. On top of that, it also requires you to discipline yourself to not use all of your mobility abilities earlier on in the round if you want to make the most of your Bladestorm usage. You can use Tailwind and Updraft in tandem with Bladestorm to really juke your enemies or to get a better angle on them to hopefully land a kill. Being able to mix your mobility abilities with Bladestorm and using these abilities at the appropriate time is what is going to separate good Jett players from bad Jett players. My number one worry is going to be the amount of people who are a fan of Jett who insta-lock her at the start of the match and do nothing but dash into the enemy's line of sight with all of her movement abilities. From what I've gathered so far, Jett honestly seems to be one of the more underwhelming characters. I know that that's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I would much rather play someone like Viper or Phoenix, who, as we'll learn in later videos, has far more interesting abilities. For the last half of the video, I want to throw in a little bit of unscripted commentary about Jett and Valorant and all things good about the character in the game and stuff like that. Just from spectating a lot of people playing Jett over the past 2 days, Jett seems like the type of character that is going to be used as like an entry fragger, or she'll be like a nuisance whenever it comes to defending a site, or maybe she can even be a character that can come in clutch from time to time, but I don't honestly believe that she is going to be like the best character in the game when you compare her to the likes of Phoenix, who has a self-res and a really good flashbang, or let's say Viper, who has some serious area denial and stuff like that. Like, Jett's kit in comparison to those just sort of seems underwhelming, but then whenever you take into consideration that people are going to be able to master Jett's kit and the movement and become really annoying whenever it comes to attacking or defending sites, that's where Jett is going to shine in terms of that character's potential. Not every single player is going to pick Jett up and be good, and I think that we're going to run into the scenario where we get into a lobby, we see a player who is playing Jett, and it's going to be like one of those 50-50 chances on whether or not that player is actually going to be good on that character. I can totally see myself becoming a little bit frustrated at people in this game for picking characters that they basically have no idea how to play. That's gonna be the case like at the beginning of closed beta anyway, because nobody is gonna know how to play any of the characters. But just out of all the characters that I've taken a look at so far, I feel like if you have a bad Jett player, it's probably gonna really frustrate you, because they're probably gonna contribute absolutely nothing to the squad. No area denial or anything like that, apart from in the form of her smokes. And like I said earlier on in the video, like my friend Ethan said, he feels like the smokes that Jett has are the most underwhelming smokes in the game in comparison to some of the other agents or operators, or however you would like to call them, simply because other smokes last longer, right? So these smokes are more situational smokes where you can use them to block off line of sight to sort of like push on or retake an area, that type of thing. So I would say that it is in a skilled player's interest to pick Jett if they know that they have to sort of carry a squad, if that makes any sense, because that mobility and the ultimate and the fact that you can block off line of sight on the fly quite quickly, that's the most appealing thing that there is whenever it comes to Jett. Like, I don't think that you're going to be able to push on the site any faster or slower whenever you pick Jett. Like, you've got one dash, keep that in mind. It's not like a multitude of dashes. You have one dash, that's your signature ability, and once you use it in a round, that's it, gone. You have to wait for the next round. So you might be able to get to site a little bit faster as an attacker, potentially for an entry frag or an opening pick or something like that. But then whenever it comes to the defense side, because you are going to have to play Jett on defense if you pick her at the start of the match, you're going to be using your forward momentum, your dash, to get back to site faster to potentially retake it. So Jett is going to be that character that you pick if you know that your team probably needs a little bit of carrying. One thing that really appeals to me about Valorant is the fact that it awards skilled players. So I mentioned like literally moments ago that you only have one dash per round. That's actually wrong. I noticed as I was watching Ethan's gameplay here that if you dash and then you pick up 2 kills, your dash becomes available again. So this game is rewarding people who are skilled. They're saying, hey, if you're good at this game, we're going to give you the tools to sort of like dominate the round or dominate the match or whatever the case may be, because as you get kills as well, I'm pretty sure that it builds up your ultimate charge too. So if you're getting your signature ability back and you're also working towards your ultimate by getting kills and playing the objective and stuff like that, well then you're going to pretty much steamroll whenever you're on a roll, right? It's a snowball effect. The better you do, the better you're going to do in the long run in that specific match. So I thought that that was really cool, and it's really cool to see that implemented on Jett. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out and see what other characters that is on or built into as well. I'm pretty sure the ultimate works the same way in every single character, so as you get kills, then it builds up to the ultimate faster, or you get your ultimate faster. But in terms of the signature ability, I'm not too sure if every single character, like, you get your signature ability recharged if you get kills. I'm pretty sure there's at least one that has like a cooldown, right? So Sage's healing orb, I'm pretty sure that has a cooldown, but you know, we'll talk a little bit more about that whenever we get around to making the video for these specific characters and stuff like that. So that's really cool that you can get your dash back on Jett after you pick up 2 kills. So you got to make sure that you get those 2 kills though. So it's not like you're going to be able to dash into an enemy spawn and then get your dash back whenever they plant the spike if you didn't get any kills or anything like that. So yeah, that's a thing. But anyway guys, that is it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead, hit the like button below. If you disliked it, hit dislike. Subscribe for more Valorant content. Subscribe to Ethan for, you know, giving me over the clips and stuff like that, and I will see you guys in the next video, and if not in the next video, hopefully in the live stream on April 7th. So see you guys then.